So, Dan the white monkey, wow, there's a lot of smoke. Ooh, oh, I'm feeling it. Dan the white monkey over at the Cucamongas told me that my intros are too long. Tyler, I'm the green monkey, the yellow monkey Tyler, the mustard colored monkey, has told me my intros are too long. I agree with both of them, but at the same time, this is my creative expression, and I'm going to stick to it. I don't give a fuck. But I do have to change that for the Cucamongas because it is a group project, and you always have to, you have partners in this. I have partners in this, and I want to make sure that they understand that they feel heard, and, we all go in a direction we're all happy with. So, Discussions 11 is probably coming out. What is today? Oh, my phone. Probably the 14th or 5th, December 14th or December 15th of 2025. I'll put it out sometime around there. It just takes a minute because I try to gather as many GIFs and pictures and videos as possible to correlate with the things that we're saying to make it more entertaining visually. While this podcast is completely black, and it's probably going to stay that way forever. So yeah, just working on that. It takes a minute to find all the pictures, put them all in, and then size them and frame them correctly. And sometimes I like to do some extra things. I put an intro. It's like, I think the intro until me and Javi start talking is like 22 seconds, And for most people, Jesus Christ, 22 fucking seconds? That's so much time. I hear you. I get it. I get that. But at the same time, let's be patient. I'm not saying you gotta talk like a fucking sloth. You don't have to speak like you have molasses in your mouth, but, taking it easy. Hello, geese. Are you guys leaving? They're probably leaving. It's winter, dude. It's December. I'm surprised they're still here, but I guess they like it here. And they're used to it. It's like rabbits in Arizona. There's fucking rabbits in Arizona. Holy shit. Tough-ass rabbits and woodpeckers, and they live inside cactuses. They don't give a fuck. They're really cool. Arizona does have cool things. Terrible water supply, but New Jersey's no better because, DuPont. I guess, yeah, this is a good time. I don't want to be angry when I talk out loud in certain videos, or just any videos, man. I have such an anger inside of me, it's crazy. And it really stems from the fact that I can't achieve what I want in a feasible manner with the way that this world works. Like, I can, but it takes too much beginning time and sacrifice that it's kind of rude. And it makes you look around and wonder, why are things the way that they are? And truthfully, the reason things are the way that they are is that money allows even the weakest of humans to be able to survive in a world that is determined by survival of the fittest. It gives a new pathway for things that are so weak that they wouldn't actually survive in a time where maybe compassion wasn't so much of a thing. And even then, to say that our politicians or world leaders are compassionate in any facet might feel and probably is a stretch. I don't know. I've never met the people. And if I were to ever meet these people, I just want to ask them, does this hurt your heart? Yes, I mean physically, completely physically, because the mental is manifested into the physical. But I want to ask them, are you sad? Like, are you sad? Don't bullshit me, man. I know you got a lot of money. I know you can do a lot of things, but does any of this really make you happy? I want to be able to utilize my body in every way possible. I need to go into this gym and do what I need to do as best as I can. Definitely want to use the sauna. It's not super cold out, so it should be fine. We'll get it done. I also want to wipe down my car a little bit. I've brought some salt into it. The roads, everything is salted. People drive a little funny during this time, but I'm straying a lot. I don't want to be angry when I do these things or speak Simply because, what am I fucking angry about? You know, at the end of the day, I'm really just mad at me. I think is everybody just mad at them? No, you can be mad at another person, easily. But I'm just mad at myself. I am mad at myself. Maybe there's a layer of having to forgive yourself, but I guess my forgivement isn't so much in words, but I want it to be in actions, and it is in actions. Just being who you are every single day. Not feeling rushed, but also knowing you can do what it is that you need to do. Somewhere in there's has to be consistency, you know? Some things suck and you shouldn't stay consistent with something that sucks. But consistency is a part of it. Is discipline a little different from consistency? I mean, in terms of what is an action versus what is a behavior, it's different in that. But what would it really be like to sit down with all the world leaders? I just want to hear it. I want to put myself in a position where, okay. I've reached it. We're at the World Trade Center. We're at wherever we're in Bengali. They're hosting it in Bengali this year. And I'm looking over at Trump, and I'm looking over at Xi Jinping, and I'm looking at whoever owns the gold mines in Africa. Just, why are we doing this? What are we doing? Can we make this better? Yes, we can. I try to put my mind into their fucking bodies. I don't know. I try to think like they would. And the reasoning I can come up with for why you would still have illegal mining sites and burn down the Amazon rainforest is simply because you see that there is a demand and you are filling it. And there's a part of you that probably feels good beyond just, I have so much money. There's definitely a part of you, because we are all human, that wants to help to some capacity, The fearful thing is if they're all machines and then they're just running on programming, which is, oh my God, that's fucking crazy. How do you bring something into sentience? So, how do we solve this problem, guys? Do you really not... You make so much money, you can't give these people proper food. And even just beyond proper housing, JP Morgan built this entire building. These people build these 15-minute, city blocks. And I get it, efficiency. That's cool. But only, and I saw this on a YouTube thing, and I didn't listen to it. I should go listen to it, and I'm probably butchering it, but only a slave would quantify its value based on its productivity. Something like that. But Jesus Christ, if that doesn't put things into perspective, I don't know what does. Sometimes you literally just want to sit there and just be whatever the fuck human is. And that could be sounding like a frog one day. Hopefully not dressing up as a frog in a sexual way. But, hobby. But I'm kidding. We only do that together. But, I don't know. Do politicians not know what, humor is? That's just my question. I don't know. As the years go by, do you become less and less like who you truly are? Maybe these politicians really did start off with good intentions. Help pay, whatever. I don't even know if that's true. That's just something people say. I can understand it. I could see it. But, perception is reality. And I feel like we shouldn't keep associating good things. Because it's the intention of doing good things that can lead to hell, of course. But don't associate the actual good thing with leading us down a darker path. Whatever that looks like, everything's subjective. Sometimes, and I spoke about this with Javi, people are only happy when they can take from somebody else. So if your goal is to please everybody, paradoxically, can you not? I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. Facilitate or something. Balance, whatever that looks like. What is the abandonment of balance? Is that just ever falling? That's interesting. Either way, I wonder what the politicians would have to say. I wonder what people who really run the world, unless they're puppets, who knows? But seriously, they have something to say. They have something to do with how the world is turning. No one is happy. Imagine going up to your grandpa, Papa Trump, can you stop fucking us? I don't know. It feels very weird that we're paying all this much in taxes after we just had a period in time where they just printed money. The world's at the most debt it's ever been because we all owe each other shit. And we all keep playing this you owe me game. And I'm watching Suits, and all of season 8 has been about how much everybody owes each other. Like, Jesus fuck. If there's anything that's been good about this season, it's been fucking Lewis Lit. And if you can make it this far, spoilers, sorry, but he's growing. He has so much compassion now, in a sense, and understanding, and he hasn't really used the you owe me something type of thing, and I like that. That's cool. That's great. It's a great lesson to learn. But man, are we living in a world that's based off of that? You owe me, I owe you. Fuck, man, maybe. But I think if you really feel like you owe somebody and you really mean it, you will go out of your way to do that. Eventually. I don't know. But are they really bad people? Are they really bad? I'm trying to understand from all sides. I'm trying to understand from the side of people who actually pick a party in Democrat or Republican or conservative, whatever. I find that very fascinating. Because I can't be on a team even if, like, the only team is if we're all on a team. Let's be real here. If there's like 30 of these, I'm looking at them like they're genders. So they don't actually exist in my, it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And when you look deeply into it, sure, they pass a good sounding law and then there's 200 pages of different other stuff that no one really voted for, but it's attached to the package, and we know we shouldn't be doing that. And if we know we shouldn't be doing that, I think it really does fall down to, yes, we, police officers, we, firefighters, FBI, CIA, whatever, military, all branches, are we really trying to help? Or do we have an institution in place that is meant to break people so that they fall in line? And that is why I will never wear a tie. That is such a... I'm sorry. I see all these people in their suits and everything. Why the fuck would you wear... I'm not wearing a tie. No, like... I've had this talk about a compromise, about needing a tie for certain things, because style or some shit. But a leash is still a leash. Just because you turn it forward for fashion sense doesn't mean it's not. It's such a dangerous thing. It's why, like, scarves are cool, but nah, dog, I'm good. I get it, fashion. I'll still wear one. But, like, around all day, all the time? Nah. If Trump ever grabbed me by my tie, like, it wouldn't faze me. I can get out of it, but it's like, why give him any leg up? Why give anybody a leg up like that? Ties are leashes, and I fucking stand by that. And hopefully, when the world realizes that, we'll get out of idiocracy as a chapter and move on to something where everybody can just have fun, right? We're definitely in an idiocracy. If there's any hell that we're in, it's got to be that one. I don't know. Who knows if that's true? I haven't traveled enough to speak to people, to talk to people, to really get to know things, you know? I have no real opinion on it. I don't think we're really, like, in idiocracy. I think people are just trying to get by. People have bills at the end of the month, and you become indentured servants, and nobody really tells you that because they want to keep you a kid. So people go, let's make sure they really take a financial literacy class. 100%. I don't disagree. Can I also add, what's a good age to start? Maybe like between 7 and 10 or something, somewhere around there. Have a agriculture class. I'm going to say architecture. That's a good one, but optional. Agriculture should be mandatory. If we're being super serious about what should actually be a subject in school, agriculture. How to fucking grow things. If I'm going to be remembered for one thing, if I die right now or whenever, just if you want to know if a school is bullshit, does it offer a simple class on how to grow plants and food? If not, if it doesn't have it, just know everything about it is a fucking sham. And I will I have things to say about certain universities and how they pretend that they're so fucking pristine and scholarly. There's so many geese. I guess they really are. Is that south? I kind of want to take out my compass. I kind of want to figure this out. Yeah, let's take out my compass. That is north. They are going north. Interesting. They're leaving the south. Whether this is wrong or not. Either way, very interesting. Just thought I'd fucking notice that. But no, seriously, what else is a good class to actually have? Yes, financial lit, whatever. Agriculture, 100%. What else? What kind of sciences? I just think you fucking teach survival first, and then you go, all right, so Pythagoras. Like, I don't give a fuck about no dude named Pythagoras if I can't defend myself with a sword. You know how many... Why do you think boys play with sticks? They should learn combat training, damn it. It's good for you. It's good for you. There's one sport you should always put your child in. It is wrestling. Now, be mindful of it. Monitor it. Just don't throw these kids to the wolves, because there's some kids out there that you're like, yo, I would say wrestling and judo. In terms of a grappling sport that's beautiful to watch in motion, it's not that jiu-jitsu isn't, but jiu-jitsu, there's so many tiny things, and you can have a flow. Like Mika Galvao is a fucking monster. If there was any dude that would be pretty intimidating to go up against, it's probably Mika Galvao. Yes, there's people who have beaten him, but it's not like that. Fucking hell. I mean, I've been beaten. You know what I mean? It's jiu-jitsu. It's a really, really tough thing to actually win. It really is. So he's flexible, he's mobile, he knows, his mind is just fine-tuned to find submissions. It's crazy. If you want to watch some good jiu-jitsu highlights, watch Mika Galvao. That dude's insane. The Rotolo brothers, they're not just tough, but they're especially tough. They have a you will not bully me mentality. And that's a hard one to go up against. That's egos colliding with egos. And imagine looking like another human being. Yeah, you want to prove you're the fucking one. You're number one. You know? Whether it's by saying you're older, you're taller, you're not balding, whatever it might be. But the Rotolo brothers are sick, dude. Even in MMA, I think Ty is really displaying his toughness. Cade shines like a star. That's what's awesome about Cade. Cade shines like a superstar. It's not that Ty can't be a superstar. I look at him like Nick Diaz, and I look at Cade like Nate Diaz. Where Cade, he does have the accolades. Ty has wins. I'm pretty sure he did beat Mika Galvao. I think they're either 1-1 or Mika is 2-1 against Ty. I don't remember. But either way, fantastic matches. I've seen the one in the gi, and I believe there was one in no gi. trying to visualize the video I saw. But regardless, those guys fucking sick with it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think Cade, he's going to shine. I think Ty can definitely shine. If he pushes a little harder, like, he's put in a position right now where he can look at the Nick Diaz situation and go, dude, fuck that. I want to see egos collide. I want to see the pride. You know, it's what they're kind of meant to do. It's why they're interesting to watch. It's what makes jiu-jitsu fun when they're competing. You look at the Tackett brothers. You know, Andrew Tackett right now is shining like a star, and then there's... Is it William Tackett? Again, I'm so sorry. I saw he was going up against Ronaldo Jr. at UFC BJJ, which is cool. Both good. In terms of how I really view them, when I do a comparison game, and I should do one for jiu-jitsu, I feel like there's no good comparison list, like ranking system for jiu-jitsu. I'm going to write this one down. Jiu-jitsu ranking system. Ranking system as in slash compare. There we go. Okay. Either way. So I'm going to do one of those. At the very top, you got to put Gordon Ryan and Hodger Gracie. Those two by themselves are in a class on their own. They're in a class on their own. So if that's the best of the best, there is no 3 yet. I don't see... I feel like whoever's number 3 is just... They still don't compare to these two, especially because they are 2 different eras, you know? So it's not necessarily like you can say that Marcelo Garcia can't be number 1 in a sense. I know he did just lose too. He's a little older. He's, you know, cut the man some slack. I get it, but he is still competing out here. He looks good, you know, but everybody gets caught. I would say, yeah, you look at like the Rotolo brothers, honestly. Yeah, I know they're competing in MMA, but still, they're so tough. They're so scrappy. They understand a pressure game. They're very smart. Like, regardless of their style, they're smart with their style. That style alone can just be very brute force, you know, just all physical, no mentality. But they're smart, man. They pick up on things. They can do certain things. When they go for a move, when they go for a sweep, when they go for a submission, you see them bite down. They're going for it. It's awesome. So, yeah. And when you get to number 3 for jiu-jitsu, I guess you kind of, yeah, you wouldn't look at heavyweight. Realistically, at that point, you would look at the lower weight classes. You have the Mendez brothers. Rafael Mendez that dude is good. He is so flowy, and it's almost like his mind, at least from an outside perspective, is silent, you know? No matter what's going on, he is aware of what he needs to do. And it's so beautiful to watch, you know? He's not going to go for something he's not sure of. And if he goes for something, it's to set up if he goes for it again. And you see him download the data. It's almost like, he's like the Piotr Yan of jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? Just tight-laced guard. He can, even when he extends, it feels like you're not safe, you know? Everything he does is with so much intention, you feel it immediately, and you know it's game over as soon as he gets, like, wrist control to tricep control, arm drags you, and you're like, fuck, I'm not fast enough to deal with this. You see it in some higher level matches where people can match that speed, and even then he's thinking, and then he fades into the silence and he downloads it, and then he starts thinking again and he lets his body do the work. But it's always calculated. It was planned. He knew okay, I'm going to do this. And he's trained it so often that that's what it's become. It's like typing a command in a computer and then your body executes. Like, that's how his game kind of is. Mikey Musumeci, I mean, cut from the same cloth in a sense. I feel like his mind doesn't actually just shut the fuck up. I think it's kind of the opposite, but the intention is still the same, where he can just say something and it can be done. His body can do it. He's trained it so much, and he's trained these things so much, he can get so creative with it. He can get so creative with it that, you know, he could just do whatever. He could figure out something mid-match. It's like that Mighty Mouse thing of, he's trained the flying armbar, but how many opportunities do you really get to do something like that? Oh, if it wasn't against the fence where he was leaning back, it would have looked even cooler. But it's also a testament to how strong and determined he was to fucking do this move. And it almost reminded me, I mean, it definitely reminds me of the Hulk versus Iron Man in the second Avenger movie with Age of Ultron, where Tony's just hitting him in the face like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. That's what that armbar felt like. Like, bro, I just got the coolest move ever. You're not taking it from me. Don't take this from me. So, even Demetrius Johnson's jiu-jitsu, just so good. So fucking good. I think he's a black belt now, right? Maybe. I think he is. But yeah, I saw that he lost to the same guy that he beat in a prior tournament, the Korean guy, Japanese guy. It was an Asian looking man, and he has pride in himself. I love it. Dude had a comeback story. Fucking lost to the GOAT, came back and said, I don't give a fuck who you are. This is my domain, bitch. This ain't MMA. I'm beating you. And love it. You love to see that. Adriano Moraes also does those things. Keeps them sharp, you know, they're at a high level. But it is crazy, man, how many hours certain people have put in. You're like, yeah, no wonder they're that good. So yeah. Either way, I think I've trailed off enough. I have to go work out. I want to use the sauna. I got a meal prep. I got some things to... Drop my phone. I got some things to go and do. So, for now, goodbye, everybody.